folding. Beautiful. All right. So this is the last one we're going to do with this Sunday flow. You might remember it is very, very energetic and very unforgiving, I think the word is. So if you need to pace yourself, feel free, just take some breaks, maybe come into Garada Mudra just for a second. And then just, good morning, Cass. Yeah. Otherwise, stay with it. Use your breath just to really feel your body and see where it takes you. For now, just select the most comfortable position for right now, whether that's laying down, sat upright, but somewhere your body really feels like it's able to be held. So important that we can feel held. Don't you dare move. Oh, good. Yes. Yes, that's correct. Someone's got a little incredible pillow. And give yourself a little bit more time just to really arrive. And then notice that the breath has just naturally got longer. It's naturally got deeper, fuller, freer, just simply by letting the body rest. And just take 5 of the longest, easiest breaths that you've taken all morning. Really gentle, really nurturing. Rest of me. And once that 5th breath has finished, and there's totally no rush, but once you feel the end of that 5th breath, just have a little notice of any shifts or changes. And then maybe before we come on to our hands and knees, you might just have a little 3rd eye massage. Or if you feel like you want a little bit of a deeper relaxation, maybe you do temples. And if you've been feeling just a little bit more wound up, it might be just behind the ears, the middle kind of part. So jealous of Melanie right now. And then softly, slowly, gently come up to cat cow. Just going to message Davina because she has dropped off. That sounds like she's sleeping. She's not sleeping. And then just take cat cow however you want. That was tough. I had to think about what I was going to write and also teach. All right. And as usual, whenever we're doing something heavy going later on in the flow, just check in now with that light weight and see how the body's responding. So there's a potential to be doing 3-legged planks, 3-legged dogs, and then transitioning from them, which requires an awful lot of central control and shoulder stability. Tamina's just said she thought it was a long rest. She got disconnected. She's been laying there having a time of her life. So this is the kind of Sunday yoga that I've signed up for. All right. Hopefully she can still get in, even though I'm recording. I don't know what. Yes, okay, cool. Whenever you feel ready, if you want to start to make it a little bit stronger on the hand, so maybe you start to just take the weight forward or a little bit off center. You start to allow the body to bear more weight. And do a couple more. So we're just tabletopping, but a little bit stronger. Yeah, exactly right, Davina. And then if and when you fancy it, come into down dog and from thence into plank. Otherwise, stay, if you want to be softer today, especially softer with the upper body, stay in tabletop and just see where it takes you. If you're planning on riding that wave of three-legged planks, and go for your plank into a down dog and just really stir the body quietly. Yeah, so really enjoy those transitions. Plank into dog. And do these next three just with a little bit of a change of, I can't believe Louise is managing to do that. Oh, it's making me laugh. Just with a change of intention. So just see how slowly you can do it. See if you can really feel the different joints as they change the angles and move around. Really nice. And once you've done that third one, just take the weight off the hands for a second. You might spin the wrists. You might give the wrists a little bit of a press. You might shake them out. Any combos. And then pop the hands back onto the floor, come back into tabletop position. And then we're going to draw that right leg behind us, keep the foot on the floor just for a second. And then take the leg all the way up so it's in line. Good. And then bend the knee. Take the knee a little bit up. And then roll it open. Really good. And we've got the knee bent, so it should be a little bit easier because the weight of the shin is kind of going down through the knee. And then see if you can really, really control that back down. So you're really slowing that spin of the hips back down. And unlike me, try not to lower the knee as you do it. Do it again. So inhale, spin it open so it becomes a half moon with a bent leg. Keep that knee bent, keep the leg up, and then spin it back. But try and keep, as you spin it, try and keep the knee in the same alignment. So don't let that knee fall below the hip. Hopefully that makes sense. And then roll it open again. Good. And then gently lower it back down. Keep the knee up. Man, that's really hard. And then rest the knee. Have a little circle. Yep. Yes, looks nice, Davina. And then if you want, just take the weight off. You might feel like your hands just needed a bit of a break. We've already been quite handsy. And same thing, other side. And if I'm not quite making sense, feel free to look at my screen. It just might make it a little bit easier. So the left leg goes back. We're just making sure that both hip joints are facing down. We lift the leg, bend the knee, so we've got a little bit less weight, and then open it up. And we try and keep the knee up even as we lower the hips. So try not to let the knee lower further than the hips. And then do the same again, lift it up. And then exhale as you lower. Nice. Last one. And then take that knee down. Oh. And then whatever you need to spin out the hips. Whatever you need. And then gentle downward facing dog, Ardha Mukha. I'm waiting for my hair to dry so I can put it up. It's gonna get in my face. Inhale as we look forward. And exhale, fly forward, forward fold. Inhale as we come up into a flat back, weight is forward. Oh, so nice. Exhale, rock it back, bend the knees. Utkatasana chair pose. Inhale as we push down through the feet and lift all the way up, Samasthiti. And exhale, hands come down into the heart center. Inhale, we adjust the feet. See how it feels like we might not go all the way down on the first go. And then check back. Malasana, hips go back. Oh, it's just made it feel stiff this morning. No, good, good. I may have avoided doing Malasana today. Inhale as we pause. Find it's the best bit of Malasana where we get to feel where our feet are, even if it's just the balls of our feet. We get to just to spread a bit. And then active push, press, lift. Inhale as we pause. Exhale, set the hips back, bend the knees, slide the weight down, 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 down. Oh, at the bottom, it should feel easier. There should just be a little kind of release down. And then super active as you press and come back up. Inhale as we pause. Last one. Exhale, Malasana, hips go back, knees bend. Good, let's check one. Good, good, nice. Inhale at the bottom. And then exhale, forward fold. Ugh. Inhale, flat back. Exhale as we bend the knees and slide the hips down into a chair. Good, nice control, really lovely. Push down through the soles of the foot as you come all the way up. Exhale, hands into the heart center. Inhale as we adjust, take the arms up, feet out, yes, yes. And then exhale, press the hips back. Feel that length going through that back line, bend the knees. Take your time. That looks good, looks nice to be in it. Feel the weight through the feet. And then exhale as you push through, activating all of those muscles to send you back up. Inhale as we pause, and then exhale all the way back down. Good. Yes, I'm really liking that speed, Melanie. Take your time and then just do 2 more in your own time. Just 2 more in your own time. You don't need to wait for me to do it. Really use the feet. So it's the legs that are moving first. Once you've done that second one, you can just come into your forward fold. Oh, yeah. I should have said, this is we do make use of a block. So you might remember we squeeze the block and we come into shoulder flexion. And yeah, so just make sure you've got a block to hand. It's not the end of the world. You can still do it without, but it just won't be quite as targeted. So when you're ready, we're in a forward fold and we're stepping the right leg back into our classical low lunge. Oh, hello, low lunge. If you want to spend a bit more time than we usually do in your low lunge, just allowing the hips to get some interesting movements, then I'm not going to say no to that. Oh. And then whenever you're ready, and it might be you want to skip this, but if you feel ready, tuck the toe, exhale, come into a runner's lunge that is floating. Really, it's really a galloping horse, but it just sounds easy. Inhale as we pause, and then exhale, take a twist towards that closed leg, so towards the left. Bring it back, take the hands flat onto the knee, so you've got a really strong push, and then bend the knee back down, coming into that low lunge. That's so nice. Front knee comes next to the back knee, hands come down, we're in a tabletop position. Inhale, drop the forearms so you're ready for dolphin. Tuck the toes and then push up slowly if it feels all right. Dolphin. Really nice. Drop the head for a second, but push real strongly through the elbows. So don't let this be a rest pose. And then come into forearm plank. So walk the feet a little bit further out. Really make sure that you've got a nice line so that forearm plank feels strong. And then just drop the knees, but keep the forearm plank sensation. So if you've lost it, lift a little bit or rock a little bit forward. And then lower the skin just above the knees. And then the middle of the thighs. And then upper thighs. Pubic bone, that's the best bit. Ah. Belly. And then you can rest your feet if, like mine, they've been super switched on. So you're just in a sphinx for a second. We just de-tether what we've tied. And then go ahead and just start to push down through the forearms, start to find the center. And we reverse the way back up. So find the bit just around belly button, lift that up towards the ceiling. Pubic bone lifts, thighs lift. Tuck the toes ready for the knees. And then strong exhale as the knees come off. As slow as you possibly can, walk the feet in till you come back into dolphin. Dropping the head. And then drop the knees. Oh, with the knees drop, take your time. That's really a lot. And then come up into a tall kneel. Whatever you're ready, take the arms up in your tall kneel, really give some space. And as you exhale, bring the arms down and the right leg forward into a low lunge. That was tricky. Exhale, forward fold. Same thing the other side. Inhale as you pause. Exhale, take the left leg back, left knee down. And once again in that really lovely low lunge. So just like before, if you want to spend a bit of time just exploring hip motion, please do. Every time a pigeon, I've got both my windows open, and every time a pigeon flies, I am honestly so scared it's going to fly directly into the lounge. Melanie, I think you're closest to me, so if it happens, come rescue me. Actually, send Milo. All right. Tuck the back toe when you're ready, and then exhale, hovering runner's lunge, which is a cheeky galloping horse, really. Inhale, we pause, and then exhale, take a twist towards that front leg. Yes. Use the feet, really use the feet, plug them in. Inhale as we come back to the front and we stack our hands on top of that front thigh, and then as slow as we possibly can, we've got use of our upper body now, so we can take it back into a low lunge there. Untap the toe, knee comes to knee, hands come down into a tabletop. We take a beat and then send our elbows to meet the ground. Hopefully they're happy to do that. Maybe. Really nice. And then push down through the elbows so you start to round through the upper back, you start to retract the shoulders. Yeah, really, really strong. And then just let it be light. So let the foot, yes. So rather than thinking about taking the knees up, think about push down so the knees have no choice but to lift. Yes, really, really nice, good. And then send the legs back. Starting to come into a forearm plank. And then keep the feel of the forearm plank as you shift the weight forward, but drop the knees. So it should still feel really strong. You should still feel the center of your body, front thighs. And then just surrender the lower thighs, middle thighs, pubic bone to the ground, and then belly to the ground. You can properly rest there. Properly sphinxy rest. Just take an extra sweet breath. And then push down through the forearms, tuck the toes. And we reverse the way we come in, so start to lift the belly off of the ground. Pubic bone, bit by bit, tiny bit by tiny bit, until we come back into our forearm plank. And then our forearm dog. So walk it in. So nice. Drop the knees when you're ready. Come up into a tall kneel. And then just take the arms all the way up. On the exhale, we're going to drop the arms and take the left leg forward. I know it's quite a lot to think about, actually. It shouldn't be that hard, but it is, isn't it? It's quite a lot of balance. Inhale as we look. And then exhale, forward fold. Yes. Good. All right, from here, inhale as we look at that right leg, and exhale, take the right leg back into our low lunge. Tuck the back toe, and then push down on exhale to lift up into your high lunge. Inhale as we start to lower back into low lunge, and exhale, high lunge. Really good. I've gone a little bit quick, so you want to take it a little bit slower. That'll be absolutely amazing. But see if you've got a bit of access of that back glute. So you push down through the ball of the foot, and that's going to really hopefully fire up that muscle. Oof, especially big toe. Doof. Good. And Davina, if you can, try and go straight down. So rather than thinking about a forward and back, think about it as a down and up movement. Even if you don't go quite so far, so you're going to go straight down and lift straight back up. I know these are really mean. But don't worry, we get to rest in a minute by doing galloping horse. Everyone's favourite rest pose. Last one. Stay up. High lunge. And then exhale. Oh, I did not make it. Bend knee balance. Just take it back. Inhale, slowly controlled galloping horse. Oh, got off of my mat. Exhale, bent knee balance. Yes. Inhale, take it back with control. Good. When you come back into bent knee balance, just see if you can pinpoint what the foot is doing. And rather than externally rotate it, just a little tiny turn inwards. Yes. And it's really natural to rotate it out. So I'm not saying forget that altogether, but just see if you can think, oh, I'm going to internally rotate it as opposed to externally. These look really good. Yes. Last one. And we're going to stay in our galloping horse. Once you find yourself in galloping horse, just lift up into a high lunge. And it's up to you in your high lunge, you might reach one arm up, one arm down. You might not. Lovely. And then come down, downward facing dog. Entirely up to you what happens next. Potential for single legs, plank, but only if body feels okay. So if it feels all right, right leg is coming up three-legged dog. See how that feels. See how that right leg, three-legged dog comes to, yeah. If everything feels all right, maybe you start to, not spin, you start to come into a three-legged plank pose. Just see how it feels. Good. And then back in three-legged dog. If it feels naff, pop that right leg back and just do two more. Good. And remember, no one will know if it feels naff. Good. And when you next come into your three-legged down dog, stay there. Keep the leg high. Walk the hands bit by bit back until the heel is able to find the floor and you're in a standing splits, which feels like the world's most amount of effort for the least height of any leg. Yes, good. Really nice. See if you can spin the hips so they are both equal. So we've done all that work at the first bit so that we could feel when our hips were open. Can you spin them so they are facing the same way, just like we did at the start? You can tell me to bugger off, it would be reasonable. And then just simply knees down, feet down. Child's either wide or narrow. I might do a combo, but we're going to stay here. Two more sweet, full breaths, just really allowing the breath to replenish you. And then coming up and just locating your block. And then coming up into right leg forward, left leg back, high lunge. Okay. This is all about shoulders now. We're going to stay in our high lunge. Take our brick between our forearms. Our hands are doing nothing. We're squeezing the brick between our forearms. Bringing the elbows as close in as they'll go, and then sending the elbows away. And maybe thinking about trying to get the elbows on the same line as our shoulders. Oh. Keep that squeeze. I know it's really horrible, but keep that squeeze the whole way along. So even as we're stretching out, we're squeezing in. Good, and last one. And just release for a second. If you want, you can straighten that leg with a little shake. And the same idea, but this time the arms are going to go, oof, they're going to go up this way. So if you want to change roughly where the block is, you can, but somewhere you can really squeeze, and I know it varies from block to block. Then I would go a little bit wider with your block. Yeah, because otherwise that carrying angle's yeah, I mean, but tell me if it doesn't, if you don't feel you get enough power there, okay. And then from here, squeeze up and then bring it back. And I'll know if there's no squeezing because you'll be able to do it really quick. If you're really squeezing, you can't, it's almost impossible to do it quick. Oh, do two more, but just see if you can get a little bit more range. Just see if you can get a little bit higher so the lats are a little bit more asking to eccentrically go for it. And then pop that block down. Oh, and simply curl into a forward fold or indeed a mountain, but just somewhere that we can breathe for 3 breaths. Mountain or forward fold. Before coming into the other side. And then take a breath. And then exhale, left leg is traveling back into that boat lunge. And just like before, whatever height works for you. Tuck the back toe, just really feel that stability. Oh, that's so funny. Ziggy and Casper came in the exact same second. That was weird. All right. Roll the shoulders back a little bit and down. See how they feel now. So roll the shoulder blades together and then down. See what it feels like. Might feel really nice just for a second, just to give the heart and the chest a little bit of space. And then only when you're ready, push. Come back in. Lunge as a destiny. Really good. And just a reminder, if you like what we did last week, you can pop that block just underneath the shin bone, so underneath the tibial tuberosity. So it's not on the kneecap. And you might then feel a little bit more kind of safe to go down. Yes, that was nice. Keep the outside of that front foot really, really loading. So really aware of that front foot. Yes, that was good. Last one. If you have used the block, get it out of the way, because otherwise you're gonna have a trip hazard. And then exhale, bent knee balance. Oh, my balance is not there today. Inhale with control, galloping horse. Exhale, bent knee balance. Inhale, galloping horse. Reach through the fingers, reach through the toes. Bent knee balance. Yes. Galloping horse. Nice, Louise. Good, good, good. Do a couple more. Yes, nice. That's good. Great balance to be in. Last one. Lovely control bending. Really good. Good, good. Just that. Sorry, I did jinx you. And then come to a stand. Let the legs have a little brief rest. Have a wiggle, whatever you need. If the single leg planky things worked, great. If you think, do you know what, they were okay for a few, but I don't want to do any more, absolutely okay as well. When and if you're ready, downward facing dog. Good. And then when and if you're ready, left leg up, 3-legged dog. Yes. And then control it. So find the center, find your hands, use your feet to come forward to a 3-legged plank. Really nice. And then press it back, push strongly through the mat to push it back. Yes, keep the leg up. Yep. Just do 2 more if it feels okay. If there's any sort of strong communication coming from shoulders or wrists. When you next come into that three-legged dog, stay there, get your bearings, and bit by bit, hand by hand, walk it back. That heel can reach the floor and then push down through the heel, take the foot up. And then just like we were doing in our warm-up, can you locate where your hips are? And can you spin them down? So what's going to happen is that left leg is going to be spinning open. Can you spin it back down just like we did in the warm-up? So have you got control of that? Oh, so mean. Well done, well done. And then foot comes to the floor. Butt comes down. We rest wherever we want to rest. Child's, not child's. Might be a drink. That might be a rest. On your next inhale, start to think about coming up, locate your block. And then the left leg is forward, right leg is back into that high lunge escapade. It doesn't have to be in high lunge. If you want, you can be in warrior two just for a second. If your legs are going, please, my word, no. You can be warrior two legs. Yep, totally fine. Either way, we squeeze the block and then we send it away and bring it back. Send it away, squeezing the whole time. And send it back. So draw the elbows back in towards you as well as you bring the block back. So the elbows are going to come back into the sides of the waist. Last one. Good. And then take a rest. Have a little shoulder movement. See how they feel. Stir. And then once more, squeeze the block. This time the elbows are going to go. Just trying to get the arms straight, which I think is impossible. Oh, good. Do 3 more. Last 2. At the top, at that real range of motion, really give it some squeeze and give it a little bit of extra. Nice. And then come all the way down. If you feel like a last chaturanga, because you haven't done one, you are more than welcome. You're more than welcome. If you want a chaturanga, maybe a few little hops just to finish off that really active practice. Otherwise, take the extra minute and a half and have an extra minute and a half in some restorative posture of destiny. Yes, Merly, that's really good. I mean, you are super ready for hops. Yes, good. Whenever you feel ready, just start to think about taking a load off. Put myself silent. 4 whole minutes. I'm not even grab a snack while you're doing that. I'm so hungry. So don't look at my screen because you'll just see me. I'm gonna try not to do chocolate. I will try something else. I'll get a pear. All right, I'm gonna get a pear. Yeah, good idea. I like that, Davina, as well. So maybe you're in like a very low sphinx and you just encourage the hips to move. So you're just allowing them to feel, yes, how it feels to switch on, but also allowing them to switch off. and when. Only if you feel ready. Maybe before you even start to think about moving, just commit to 5 extra minutes sometime today. And you can do that 5.5-second breath. That's only 5 minutes long. I think I've sent it to everyone, but I'll send it again. Just 5 extra minutes somewhere in the day. Somewhere in the day. Allow the body some deep inhales, filling it back up, topping it back up. Rolling over to the other side if you're not already. And then coming up to a comfortable seat. So this was the animal special. Once you get up, find some extra space in the shoulders. We've certainly worked with them. Should feel just a little bit more kind of free to choose where they go today. And then take the arms wide and high. And then just drop them back down. Take the arms wide. Drop them back down. Oh, inhale as you take the arms all the way up and you feel the knee. Exhale as you come in to the heart center. Namaste. Wish. No. All right.